Right, if you're tuning in this morning and you watched yesterday, you might think, hey, you told us about this yesterday, but this is the conversation that's happening still on social media. People still have a lot to say about this, of course they do. It's 4:36, it is super early. I am just getting all of my stuff set up for my live shots this morning. My first live shot's in 24 minutes, so I do need to kind of get it moving. So even though it's like honestly super messy and Ziggy always is supervising, this is all that the viewer will see. So here's kind of how we have our shot set up. It's just gonna be, sorry, I'm having trouble getting it to focus, but it's just gonna be the monitor that's on the island and then me. 5 a.m., lipstick's on, coffee's ready. Ziggy, you ready? Are you ready? I love you. We can do this. Right, if you're tuning in this morning and you watched yesterday, you might think, hey, you told us about this yesterday, but this is the conversation that's happening still on social media. People still have a lot to say about this. Of course they do. 1,500 people reacting on our Facebook page, more than 1,500 comments. Why don't you take a look right now at video of what happened. That was our first hit, went pretty well. Usually Ziggy will, well, not usually, but sometimes Ziggy will interrupt, and I was proud of him for not doing that. But that's kind of what it looks like. We don't have a teleprompter at home, which has been really interesting and I feel like almost good for me because I have had to like really get to know my story and rely on my storytelling techniques. Now I have my monitor obviously, and I kind of use that to guide myself through what I want to say, but I don't have a script or anything like that that I can follow. So it's a lot of just ad lib and like I said, storytelling techniques. So it's really been a challenge. I mean, there have been some days I'm like, whoa, that was not a good hit. But other days when it's just smooth like that, I feel really good about myself and feel good about my hits. So, God, the cat jumped up there and scared the Jesus out of me. Okay, Ziggy. 5:10 a.m. We got 20 minutes till our next hit. We do a 5, 5:30, 6, and 6:30. So now we'll just spend the next 20 minutes getting ready for the next hit. 5:26. We're getting ready for our 5:30 hit. We're talking about the election. It's like 49 days away as of today, which is wild. So we're doing kind of a recap of what you need to know, how to get registered, if you need an absentee ballot, how to request one, and I've officially bored my studio audience. Okay, and so in between live shots, what we do is we'll just basically like prepare for the next hit, whatever you need to get done. Sometimes, I usually do 4 hits a morning, sometimes 6 if I have like an enterprise piece, which is what we call like our featurey pieces on something in the community. I do have 2 little feature pieces running today, but they're just handled by the anchors in studio. So that's kind of how it goes in the morning. You know, personally, I love working from home. I know there's a lot of like talk about, you know, what's good for you, what's not in terms of like industries across the board. But for me personally, like I love it. I love being in my apartment and soon to be house, which would be super nice, but it's just been really convenient, and I'm kind of like a control what you can control kind of person. And when I'm here, I can control everything. You know, it's peaceful, it's quiet, I have my coffee, my cat, you know, my dog. I just like being home. I think maybe I'm just a little bit of a homebody too. So this has been really fun for me. But I do think the viewer loses out a little bit on some things. Like the delays are really uncomfortable with people working from home. There are issues always. There's always tech issues, you know, whether the video's quality is not good, people can't see it. Because I'm running everything, you know, there are bound to be mistakes, especially because I'm running it. So there are pros and cons, and I think as the pandemic goes on, I think there is going to be a push to get everyone back in studio and back in the newsroom and try to kind of find a happy balance back there. So it's been really interesting. I never in my life thought in my industry we would work from home. Like, never. I didn't even think it was possible. So the lengths we've gone to be able to work from home and to make it look good is really impressive. My dad just texted me. This is a dad text. He watches all morning. Good and important info delivered with outstanding enthusiasm. Thanks, Dad. So I had, like I was saying, my enterprise piece aired today. I'm gonna write up the web script, send that along so they can post to our website, and then I'm gonna work ahead, even though I'm off the next couple days, I have a story airing later this week on 13 Sunrise. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit that, start writing up for the anchors, and write a web script for that as well and send it off. 6:30, about to do our last hit of the morning, which I'm excited about, and then we'll do our post show, which is extra shot of sunrise. So getting very close here to the end. One more hit, and we're talking about election day and making sure you know how to vote here in Indiana. Right, and can you believe 49 days away? I feel like this really snuck up on us, and for me, I'm very excited for this just election cycle to be over. I hate the sparring. I hate seeing all the political campaign ads. So let's go through some of the things that we want you guys to know. We have this whole Decision 2020 general election voter guide on our website. We are going to get you ready for November 3rd. We want everyone to have the opportunity to vote and for that vote to count. 6:38, the show's done. Now we get ready for our post-show Facebook Live that me and my friend Carlos host, and it's basically we pick 4 stories and we just talk about them, and we go through like, it's just more casual. We talk kind of about like what we think. It's more conversational than obviously like what television is, and it's a two-way conversation, which is nice. And then today we actually are promoting the Humane Society here in Indianapolis, which is where I got my zig-zag, and helping them fundraise because they have their annual fundraiser right now called the Mutt Strut, and usually it's like their biggest, most successful, but with the pandemic, obviously everything's just like so crazy. So we're gonna promote that on Extra Shot, and I'm gonna show a blooper reel of Ziggy interrupting my show and be like, do you want a funny cat? You can get one at Indy Humane. So now I'm gonna get ready for that. Okay, that's a wrap, 7:34 a.m. This is the, sort of the long part of my day, but that was basically it. We'll do our post-show Zoom call and then work ahead the rest of the day for stuff the rest of the week. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Pretty fun stuff, huh?